כל השונה הלכות בכל יום, בעזרת השם, מובטח לו שהוא בן העולם הבא. The mitzvot today are, בעזרת השם, today is the 22nd of Kislev. We're 3 days away from Hanukkah, בעזרת השם. The two mitzvot are sponsored. לעילוי נשמת מאיר הלוי בן מרדכי ואסתר, עליו השלום. And also, רפואה שלמה לכל עמו ישראל, ובכללם לחיה בת לאה. The first mitzvah will be mitzvah number 141. The rules of peace offerings, as it says over there, ve'im zevach shlamim korbano. And mitzvah number 142 we'll be discussing right now. Not allowed to leave over any meat from thanks offering. As it says, v'lo yaniach mimenu ad boker. Okay, so let's start. We have mitzvah kuf mem aleph. שנצטווינו שיעשה הכהן מעשה קורבן השלמים כמשפט הכתוב בפרשה. As we have already were commanded that the Kohanim have to do this completeness of the Korbanot, Ashlamim, as it says in Vayikra, 3rd chapter, Pasuk Aleph. V'im zevach shlamim korbano. And if it's his korban is shlamim, a peace offering. V'omer od, and it says later on in 7th chapter, 11th Pasuk and 12th Pasuk, להשלמת המלאכה וזאת התורת הזבח השלמים. It says over there that the completion of the service is to bring the Torah, that all that is discussed in reference to Torah of peace offering. Imar todah yikrivenu. Okay, that you should bring with the gift offering. ובארבעה שמות נכללים עניין הקורבנות כולן. There are 4 types. The 4 generalization of korbanot. They are vehem, and they are as follows. Ola, we have a complete burnt offering. Chatat, then we have a sin offering. Ve'asham, a guilt offering. And now we're talking about shlamim, a peace offering. Shekol korbanot shekruvei hatzibur o yachid, me'echad me'ele yeh le'olam. That the korbanot that are brought on behalf of the community or individual will be under those categories. All the korbanot will fall under those 4 categories. כבר כתבתי פעמים שאין לכתוב שורשים באלו המלאכות. The fact is, the korbanot have no foundations for us to learn about. There are nothing that is revealed to us. It's a foundation of deep secrecy. And the rabbis teach us that we don't have to know exactly why we have those mitzvot, and therefore the chinuch will not write to us the foundation as he usually does a shorish of mitzvah. Mitzvah, however, we will write some laws in reference to this mitzvah, and hopefully that will help us not to forget, to memorize that. Mitzvah 141 is dealing with peace offerings. mitzvah, מה שאמרו זכרונם לברכה, שהשלמים באים מן הכבשים umin ha'ezim umin ha'bakar. So we said that one of the things that the korbanot of shlamim, the peace offerings, could be of any of the following categories. We have rams, we have goats, and it could be also out of bulls. Umin azacharim, umin ha'menkavot. It could be from males or females. Min ha'gedolim, umin ha'ketanim. Regardless, it could be from older animals or younger. Ve'en ha'of ba'shlamim. However, the bird offering cannot be a peace offering. If you're bringing a bird, that cannot substitute for a peace offering. Just excuse me. Sorry. Okay. We continue. An allergy attack. לקטנים נקראים מבין 8 ימים עד שנת תמימים מיום ליום. What is considered to be a young animal, reference to the קטנים? It means any animal from 8 days on and up to 1 year. נתעברה, השנה נתעברה, לא. So as soon as a year is complete, therefore he is no longer a baby. כלומר, ויהיה קטן עד תשלום העיבור. He has to be specifically when it's completion of 1 year, and only then is no longer a child anymore, this baby, this animal. וגדול נקרא בבקר משנה עד 3 שנים. What is a great a cow that's considered to be old enough to be in that category. This is talking about from 1 year, 1 day, up to 3 years. Ubatzon, however, so that means sounds like after 3 years there will be a prohibition to bring that animal. We'll see. Ubatzon mishna mishana ad shtei shanim shlimot. However, the a ram, a sheep, those are completely up to 2 years. So from 1 year, so again, from 8 days to 1 year of a ram, it's also going to be still a baby. And then an older animal that is brought in certain avirot, that will be from 1 year old up to 2 years old. 2 years, even on his birthday of the second year, should be still considered okay. Has to be complete 2 years. Yater al ken hare hu zaken ve'en mekrivin oto. So now the korban of, as we said, after 3 years old, a cow, or a 2-year-old, a smaller animal like a lamb or maybe even a goat, those are never brought up after they're 2 years old. Like they're old already. So one is after 3, one is after 2. They're considered to be old, and you're not allowed to. Again, so you're allowed to bring in katan from 8 days till a year. Then you're allowed to bring a gadol, which is from 1 year, depends on the cow, 3 years, depends on the smaller animal, it's going to be till 2 years. So anything after that, there's a prohibition actually. You cannot bring those old animals. And we could understand why not. The old animals is disrespectful. It's not respectable. It's not something that we want to be doing in Beit HaMikdash. So now there are 4 types of the peace offerings in the Torah. So there's one of them that is completion of the peace offering for the entire community, and 2 of them are peace offerings for an individual. So now the rule is anything that is for peace offering on behalf of the community, this is a sanctuary of sanctuary, holy of holies, those animals, and therefore so when it comes to the community, there's only one korban that has to be brought. The Rabbi explains that it's talking about it has to be two rams that are brought with 2 loaves of bread in the time of Atzeret. Atzeret is in the time of, looks like, or Shmini Atzeret or Shavuot. Let's see. Tet, it says, Ayan Sham, Ayan Rama. Mishnah, Kivshei Atzeret. Kivshei Atzeret, this is the animals that are brought in the Atzeret. It would be Shmini Atzeret, Shavuot, also called Atzeret, the holiday of Atzeret. We'll see. Otan shnei kavasim hen nikraim zivchei shlamei tzibur. Those 2 rams are called the peace offerings of the community. Menechalin lekohanim chutz min ha'emurin kichatat u'chasham. The kohanim are devouring it; they eat it, except for emurim, the insides, just like the kichatat v'chasham, as a sin offering and for a guilt offering. Amalachot shelahen, what's involved in them, kegon shechitat, zrika, hafshata, v'nituach, all the things that pertaining to the servicing of this animal, like the slaughtering, the throwing the blood on the mizbeach, hafshata, taking off the skin of the animal, v'nituach, and clearing out the insides of the animal, u'menalecha, and salting, v'haktarat ha'emurin, and also the burning of all the insides, mefurash b'menachot. It's all brought down in the Gemara Menachot. V'shalmei yachid nikraim kodashim kalim. The Rabbi says, what shalmei yachid? What are peace offerings of an individual? They're called kodashim kalim. There are the spirituality is a little bit less on those animals. Umekom shehitatan u'maaseh hazrikan hazrika v'apshata v'nituach v'nitufa v'parashat imurin mefurash b'menachot. So the question is that because they have lighter severity of holiness on those animals, so the place of their slaughter, the cleanliness, the clearing them out, and all the raising of them, and all the elevations are going to be discussed in the Gemara over there in Masechta Menachot. Ve'ashlosha minin elo shel shalmei yachid. The 3 types of sacrifices, peace offerings for the individual sin offering. Shavin hen b'melachot elo. They're all equal in all those categories of service that we perform with them. אבל יש לך לדעת עניין החילוק שביניהם בקצת ענייניהם דרך כלל. However, there are some things that are separating those korbanot, which are kidai. It's worthwhile to know them. Okay, and there are not so many differences, he says. You should know the following that are very important to know. The rabbi says that there are three things of those three peace offerings of individual that the following is the following. One of those peace offerings are brought actually without any lechem, without any bread. Behem, which are shelmei chagiga, the peace offerings of chagiga, where usually it's brought with another on Yom Tov. Vesimcha, and then there is also shalmei of simcha. Ve'elohen anikrayin shlamim. These are the peace offerings. V'asheni shlamim habayim im alechem hayadua. So that's one till now. What is the second aspect of peace offering? That one comes with bread already, as we have mentioned before. So a person makes a vow, or swears to bring, or a vow, a korban. Those are the ones. So that peace offering is called thank you korban, and the bread that is brought with it is called thank you bread, the bread of thanks. The hamin ashlishi, and the third peace offering is shemakriv anazir beyom melechet yemei nizro, right? Melaot yemei nizro. Sorry, the nazir brings down the third type of peace offering. It's where he completes his nizrut. And bain gam ken im lechem, and those korbanot that he brings also come with bread. Ve'elu hashlamim nikraim ayal nazir. Those are shlamim called are with the ayal, which are male rams, though of the nazir. Our sages have already discussed and delved into this. So into this different types of korbanot. So chazeh, the chest of these animals that are brought, and also the shok, and I guess a thigh or whatever of the what's his name of this animal is eaten by the kohanim. הניחלין לכהנים כמה שעורים, והזרוע בשאלה מן העיל נזיר הניחל לכהנים בלבד. However, by the Nazir's korban, they only eat the zroa. They eat, I guess, the arms or the. Okay, so the shokar could be maybe the back of the animal. Zroa is the front of the animal legs. Okay. לכהנים מלבד הזה שוק גם כן כמה שיעורו ובאיזה מקום מן הבית ממושלין אותו. So also all discussed all the rules where you eat, where you cook this korbanot to perfection, obviously, to be able to be eaten by the kohanim. All right, so just let's go weiter because time is short. ונוהגת מצוות השלמים בזמן הבית. The korbanot of peace offerings are the custom was to do it in Beit HaMikdash. B'zachrei kihuna, obviously, when the Kohanim were in charge and were running the Beit HaMikdash. Ki lahem chiyuv ha'avodah, for they have an obligation to do performance of service in the Beit HaMikdash. Ve'over alea, however, a Kohen v'shina et hasidran b'tzadin yiduin. Chas v'shalom, a Kohen went ahead and purposely change anything in the performance of this peace offerings, okay? The Gemara bitel aseh, so as the Torah teaches us, bitel aseh, he transgressed when he prevented from performing a full mitzvah. Milvad sheyesh tzadin shehakorban pasul. Obviously, there are that he made the korban unusable, so it could be that he even has to pay now to the owner for this. He doesn't get malkut because this is aseh, and for aseh there's only one in certain places where there is malkut, but not here. Kuf mem bet, mitzvah number 142. Shelo lehatir mi basar korban hatodah. We're not we were prohibited. Now, this is a mitzvah, this is a prohibition now. We are prohibited to have any meat left over from the korban thanks offering. שלא להותיר שום דבר מקורבן התודה עד הבוקר. The korban todah must be devoured immediately after the korban is brought, obviously cleansed and cooled and whatever, grilled, whatever, barbecued, whatever you do with it, and it has to be eaten up till the nightfall, even preferably, if the latest, not the latest till chatzot, and then all the mitzvot over there, but the latest before alot hashachar, it must not say remain any. Okay, שנאמר בקורבן תודה, as it says over there in chapter 7, 15 pasuk, לא יניח ממנו עד בוקר, you're not allowed to leave any korban from it, any meat from it till the morning. וממנו למדנו לשאר קדושים, and from there we learn for all the other קדושים, all the other holiness. גם כן, שכל מה שישאר מהם אחר זמן אכילתו, anything that's remaining after the time of its eating consumption, שהוא נותר וחייב לשורפו. It's going to be considered an-natar, a remnants, and it must be served burnt immediately. לפי שהוא ניתק לעשה שישרפנו, because it's connected to a commandment in the Torah that you must burn it. כמו שכתבנו למעלה, as we learned already before, בסדר זה, במצוות עשה חד, as we learned already over here in this order, the mitzvah of the number 8 that was mentioned in this parasha, that as we are right now in parashat, what is this? Tzav. We're in parashat Tzav now in Chinuch. So mitzvah number 8 was discussing more details about this korban. ושם כתבנו, רמז משורשיו וקצת דיניו כמנהגנו. And we already explained more into details as our customs. Now, anyway, Bezrat Hashem. So once again, just to recap, mitzvah 141, we are to Bezrat Hashem perform. The Kohen is obligated to perform the peace offering properly, accordingly. And Bezrat Hashem, mitzvah number 142, there's a prohibition that we're not allowed to leave over any meat from gift offering. Have a wonderful Shabbat. Let's not forget to say thank you to our ladies that help us out to learn Torah, and Bezrat Hashem, so that we don't have to be busy with small things, folding our socks. The ladies do it for us, so we could learn Torah. Shabbat Shalom.